Get over here, you wicked creature.
Oh, marry me before the babies arrive.
Oh, you. You know, I've known this young man since he was an extra in Pride and Prejudice. I played Mrs. Bennet.
I wish I'd seen it.
Well, I pretended I was a little dotty. I'm not all there, you know.
It was quite a stretch.
Oh, be quiet.
Have you made me another one of your presents? You know I love your Christmas presents. Last year, she made me some of her famous peach preserves. I was doubled over in joy for 3 days.
Oh, this is for you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, they look lovely.
This house is amazing. It must have cost the earth.
Well, you know Willie, it's never by halves.
And when did you move in?
About 3 months ago now.
And how is he feeling?
Well, he scared me to death getting shot like that. He insists he's gonna catch the culprit all by himself. I tell him, Willie, you're not a policeman. But he stays up in his laboratory for hours.
You have a laboratory?
My dear, this house has everything. Watch this.
Good Lord!
It's one of his favorites, along with the miniature railroad, electric snow shovel, and exploding monkeys. That's magic, Felix. I'll be right back.
Are you holding up all right?
I think so.
You'll be okay with it. Trust me.
Right.
Good egg.
You're sure?
Absolutely. I want to see their faces when we tell them the good news. They'll be like, what? What?
Greetings and salutations.
What country friend is this?
It is Illyria, lady.
My brother, he is in asylum. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailor?
Perchance that you yourself were saved. Ha! Merry Christmas. Here's to all the revels that shall be non-stop and very drunken. Do you realize that we've been on vacation for a mere 2 weeks and I've already missed you terribly?
Why, thank you, Felix.
Not you, you idiot. Aggie. I've been in love with her since, Oh, there's my wife.
Keep talking, darling. It'll sound so wonderful when it's repeated in court. How was your time off? Luxurious. We went to a spa. Felix hated it.
There was nothing to eat or drink, and we had to do some bizarre Buddhist exercise.
It's called yoga.
I thought that was the white pudding stuff.
That was yogurt.
It was like spoiled milk with the texture of bone marrow. It'll never catch on.
I can't get over this place. Can you?
He said it was something, but I had no idea.
Why would he build a castle on the Connecticut River?
Why would you let do anything? The man's insane.
I thought he was your best friend.
And I repeat, the man's insane.
He does build an awfully nice house, though it would be excellent for a murder.
Why a murder?
It's isolated, there are loads of rooms for hiding a body, and it's on a river, so you can drown people. What more do you want? An axe?
He has one.
But 2.
3.
As well as 2 broadswords, a garrote, and a brace of pistols. If Connecticut ever got attacked by Rhode Island, this house would be the first line of defense.
And the snow fell gently upon the little stable, and there, in front of it, was a manger made of wood, and in that manger was a boy child.
And his name was Sherlock Holmes.
William.
Really, boy?
Madge, dear, and Aggie.
How is your arm? Are you in pain?
Oh, it's much better, thank you for asking. And Simon, how are you?
It's nice to see you, sir.
Oh, I see everyone's made it despite the wind and weather.
It is getting pretty dicey out there.
Blow winds, eh, and crack your cheeks.
Spout till you've drenched the steeples. Drown the cocks.
And even in the morning cock crew loud, and half the sound shrunk and haste away.
The knave turned fool that runs away.
Where's my fool? Oh, I think the world is asleep.
To sleep, perchance to dream.
To sleep no more.
Fault, you repeated sleep, game, set, and matched Felix.
My God, I love you.
Of course you do.
Ha!
Felix, you scoundrel, were you making fun of me down here? No. I do have the proof.
Why would he build a castle on the Connecticut River?
Why would you let do anything? The man's insane.
I thought he was your best friend.
And I repeat, the man's insane.
What in God's name was that? It's my latest goodie. Microphones here and here, and I can turn them all on and off with the light switches.
How do you play it back?
It's called a remote control. First presented in 1903, the Paris Academy in Science, and under development ever since. It sends signals through the air without wires. The military is starting to use them.
You're amazing.
Hello, my dears. I brought some bubbly so we can really celebrate.
Now you're talking.
Here, let me help. That looks awfully heavy.
Oh, you darling boy. He is always looking after me. Unlike some children I know who remain unnamed.
It's an ill-favored thing, sir, but mine own.
No, stop blathering. He can be so aggravating, especially after he got shot. He's very proud of it. By the way, where's Barnes? I can't seem to find him anywhere.
Who's Barnes?
He's our butler. Can you believe it? We have a butler.
I gave him the evening off.
What?
Oh, he looked tired. Besides, we're all family here, really.
But with your bad arm, you can't even help me with anything.
Oh, of course I can. I've been meaning to do this for 2 days now. Here, Raymond.
We'll call it farewell to arms.
I suppose there's been no progress in finding the man who shot you?
No, the police are stuck, but I think I found something.
Really?
You read that note that was left on the stage door the day of the shooting?
The stage door.
I do. Old Logsy told me the envelope was addressed to you, but the note was blank.
Exactly. The police gave up on it, but I've been subjecting it to some tests upstairs in my laboratory. It was a matter of trial and error, but come, take a look. It took a few tries, but I added some sodium carbonate to the solution. So it wasn't just the chemical doing it, it was also the heat. Take a look.
Oh my God.
Look.
Dear Mr. Holmes, bang, you're dead.
So they were trying to kill you then?
Wait, there's more. Look. HVIII135. It's like a cipher.
Maybe it's German code.
Perhaps. On the other hand, Aggie, could you grab me a Shakespeare from the bookshelf? Many people don't realize that when Sherlock Holmes says, "The game is afoot" in The Adventure of the Abbey Grange, he's in fact quoting Shakespeare.
Which play?
HVIII. Henry VIII.
That's a wonderful guess, Simon, but it's wrong.
Henry V.
Of course.
Once more on the breach, dear friends. Once more, up with our walls and down with our English dead.
I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot.
So HV is Henry V.
And III 135 is...
Act 3, Scene 1, line 35. At the marking.
The game's afoot. Wow.
And this was left here by the stage door? That's rather creepy.
But what does it mean?
It means whoever tried to kill you is seriously crazy.
Here, there must be something more. Let me see. There's a watermark.
What's a watermark?
An impression pressed into the paper when it's manufactured.
A sort of advertisement. Hotels do it, and businesses.
Oh, Christ.
What?
It's from the Palace Theater.
Oh no. I'm not following this.
It means whoever wrote this has access to the theater stationery. It means they work at our theater.
It could have been one of the stage crew.
Or a producer.
Or an actor.
Well, you certainly made this a jolly holiday, Willie.
Oh, stop it. We shouldn't jump to conclusions. Someone could have simply swiped the paper, in which case no one's here is involved at all. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers. To the swiper.
Cheers.
While we all have our drinks out, and we're feeling rather jolly, I'd like to make an announcement, if I may.
Go on.
Aggie and I are married.
What?
What?
You mean engaged?
No, married. 4 weeks ago.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Son, you sly
My
dog.
son, he tells me nothing. He tells me nothing at all.
We were going to tell you after the run, but then the shooting happened.
Well, it's marvelous. Isn't it wonderful, dear?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
And you're so brave to be getting married after what happened last time.
Mother.
Oh, well, she is. Her husband died on her honeymoon. At least that's what I heard.
Mother, for heaven's sakes.
Yes, he did die, Mrs. Gillette, and I don't mind talking about it. In fact, talking about it makes it more bearable.
There. Are you satisfied? Now, tell me what happened. I want to know everything.
There isn't really much to tell. Hugo and I, that was my husband, we were married just over a year ago and we went to ski in Killington in Vermont for our honeymoon.
Did you really? I heard that's very expensive.
Her husband was quite well off.
That's what I heard. I heard he was one of the richest men in the entire world.
That's it. I give up.
Oh, stop it. I hate it when people beat around the bush. It's like you and Penelope. You were married. She died. You missed her, and that was the end of it. And it helps when you talk about it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Big. Now, go on, dear. Spill the beans.
Well, my husband was an excellent skier, but he decided to try the Black Diamond Slope, which is the most dangerous one at the resort. He got all dressed up in his jacket and goggles, and the attendant tightened his gloves and boots, and he set off down the hill as happy as I'd ever seen him. And then,
Yes.
the strap on his boot just broke while he was coming down the hill, and the ski sort of came apart. or something, and he lost control on the iciest part of the slope and hit a tree and died instantly.
Oh, no.
I must have been in shock at first because I tried to just talk to people and pretend that things were manageable, but by the end of the first night, I was shaking so hard I couldn't stop.
Oh, and you were all alone.
Well, not for long. She had good sense to wire me. We had been best friends for ages, and I was in a show in New York at the time.
He dropped everything and arrived the next day. He was a great comfort.
Oh, and that's the end of it. How romantic.
In a lugubrious sort of
Oh,
way.
don't you start.
Martha's right. Sometimes you have to face up to life. No matter how difficult it gets, no matter what it throws at you, sometimes you have to say hell to the bastards and go on living.
That's my girl. Let's cheer things up with a little music, shall we?
Here, here.
To the happy couple.
The happy couple.
Take that.
Thank you.
What's this?
This?
I just got it. Whoa. Wait. I think our final guest has arrived, and she's pulling into the dock this minute.
There's someone else.
Who is it?
Guess.
Just tell us who it is. Is she in the show?
No, but she's in show business.
Do we know her?
No, but you certainly know of her.
I smell trouble.
Oh, really, just tell us who it is. You could drive St. John's to drink.
It's Daria Chase.
What?
Oh, no. Willie, how could you?
She's awful.
She's worse than that.
I met her at a party once and she completely snubbed me.
She gave me the worst review I've ever had. It was a costume job with Joan Crawford. No less, she said. The rate of Miss Crawford came on to the clicking of her high heels, followed by a lump of roast beef.
She said I played Hamlet's mother, looking like a worried hamster.
I was in a play last year, and I appeared in a bathing suit. She wrote, Simon Bright's audacity to the part is largely in access to his equipment.
Well, she's clever at least.
She's a spiteful, gossip-mongering, inherited woman, and you owe us an explanation.
Here, here.
All right, fine. She's writing a profile of me for Vanity Fair, and she's asked to come along on one of our little weekends. Now, like it or not, Daria Chase is one of the most influential columnists in the whole country. Her profile of me will give me more free publicity than if I were to shoot Lincoln. So as a courtesy to me, I ask that you are at least civil to Miss Chase, and that you meet her at the dock this minute. Thank you.
Exit ungrateful guests, shuffling their feet.
You're up to something, aren't you?
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I couldn't. I didn't have the courage.
Courage.
I didn't want you to think less of me.
Simon's a fine fellow.
He's more than that.
Oh, what I mean
I
is...
know what you mean. He's ordinary. He's nice. He's easy to please. Well, he is those things. And he's in love with me.
And are you in love with him?
Of course I am. I wouldn't have married him otherwise. And he's very, very kind. When I needed him, he was there in an instant.
Of course he was.
I was in love with you. You didn't ask me. I gave you every chance. I offered you everything.
Yes, I know you did. And I had some misguided notion that I was being loyal to my wife's memory.
It's been 10 years since your wife died.
Yes, I know.
William.
Aggie, listen, the best man won, I'm sure of it. And look at me, for heaven's sakes. I'm old enough to be your slightly older brother.
Thanks. Thanks a million. It's just that I thought that you felt something. You treat everything as a joke, even that horrible attempt on your life.
Not as a joke, my dear, but as a game, which is a different thing entirely. We've chosen this mad life of ours, and we'd be insane not to accept it for what it is. Do I go into an office for work? No. Do I wear a tie to work? No. We're actors. We wear silly costumes and noses made of putty. We don't want to grow up. We're all Peter Pans. And it's a good thing it is, too. I don't want to put all my fun behind because I've reached some magical age of regret. That's what they want us to do, you know, those gray, faceless accountants. And I won't. I won't do it. I don't treat life as a joke. I treat it as the greatest game ever invented. Love and heartbreak. Game. Life and death. The greatest game, the biggest adventure. Shakespeare got it right on the nose. Henry V, charging into battle against overwhelming odds. And what does he cry? It's all a game, and if I die, I die. So let them praise me, hate me, or shoot me. But at the end of the battle, I will have lived, even for a moment. And if you feel like you need Simon to live like that, then take him. By all means, cling to him. I will, however, miss you unutterably.
Juliet, guess who's here? It's our old friend Daria Chase.
Merry Christmas! Oh, William, my dear, sweet, vulnerable man. How's your arm, your heart, your soul? Oh, after that ghastly shooting, I thought I'd never see you again. That, or find you limping like a broken line to a final watering hole.
And here I am, right as rain and twice as healthy. Daria, you look magnificent.
Oh, please. I simply grabbed whatever was hanging in my sad little closet as I bounded out of New York City for the country song Christmas Eve. And my God, you smell the air out here. I haven't smelled air like this since I was a little girl growing up in Kansas. Or wherever it was with those divine cows and things. How lucky you are to have all this nature to comfort you.
Just like the famous painting on the grass, but with her clothes on.
No, Felix, my dear. How are you?
Not as well as you, obviously.
Oh, stop it. My beauty is superficial, while yours is on the inside. And that, my God, we go back a ways, don't we? I remember when I first came up to New York City as a youngster, how I looked up to you with all your many years of experience.
And yet my friends and I called you Mother.
Now stop it, that's impossible. You had me friends.
I had Felix.
And didn't everyone?
Daria, let me introduce you to the rest of the clan. This is my mother, Mother Gillette.
Oh, we've met before, briefly, at a party. In fact, I still read your column. I keep it right next to my bed in case I can't sleep at night.
Mother.
What a witty thing to say, it's so unexpected.
Daria, it's nice to see you again.
Oh, Simon, my dear, you're looking very well.
As do you.
I didn't know you two.
Of course we do. We met at the Killington at the big weekend. I was there for the skiing and the divine parties. Then after I left, your husband had that ghastly accident, didn't he? I was so upset. If I had stayed, I would have had one of the biggest scoops of the whole year. And poor you. Must have been quite upsetting.
I bet you didn't know that they're married now for 4 weeks.
4 weeks, 2 days, and 6 hours. I'm especially proud of the 6 hours. It shows that I can really stick with it.
Well, the truth is, I actually do know about it, and I plan on putting it in my column on Monday morning. Oh, just look at the two of you. Your headline news. One minute you're character actors, and the next, you've inherited half of the Pacific Northwest.
What do you mean?
What do I? Darling, you just married a merry little Manhattan, for God's sake.
Oh, no, you've got it wrong. Hugo didn't leave her anything.
Excuse me, but I am a reporter. When I happened to see Hugo's will and testament, he left you everything, didn't he? All of his millions?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
Simon.
goodness gosh.
Why didn't you tell us?
I don't know. I didn't want it to affect my relationship with anyone. They treat me differently. You know they would.
Does that mean I'm rich? Really rich? I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich! Hi, how do you do? I'm rich. Yes, you may touch me. You've just made my day.
I must say, this cat of yours gives me endless things to write about. It's almost like I invented you just for the purpose.
You'd rather write about the play and not us?
No nonsense, of course you wouldn't. Everybody wants publicity. It's magic and it's changing the world. Look at me, I'm a sorceress. With the wave of a pen, make you into a star. Poof. Publicity equals fame equals money. It's like a drug, but it doesn't stop. And I must say, you all have been hogging the limelight beautifully, haven't you? First the shooting, which in itself has doubled my readership. Then the inheritance, and now the murder?
Murder?
What murder?
Do you mean the shooting?
No, I mean the murder this morning. Don't tell me you don't. Do you know about it?
I'm afraid so. I was going to tell everyone after dinner.
Oops. But who was murdered?
Knox.
Stage door named Knox?
I'm afraid so.
Oh no.
It happened sometime last night, apparently. I was called to identify the body this morning.
I was there.
Excuse me?
At your theater last night. Not the murder, of course.
But there's no show on at the moment.
I was doing background work on the article.
Did you see Knox there?
Yes, I did, when I went in, but apparently he was murdered when I was inside.
But who would kill him? I mean, poor Noxie.
Well, perhaps you saw something related to the shooting or heard someone talking about it?
Could it have been an accident?
Or natural causes, like a heart attack.
It would be quite pleasant indeed, except that his throat was cut from ear to ear with a razor blade.
There's a storm brewing.
I'm having a feeling it's going to be quite nasty before it's over.
Nonsense. It's Christmas Eve. Now let's go all have dinner. Come on, everyone. Right this way. Portia, will you be quiet?
Of course.
Oh, Aggie, won't you take me in? I'm like the obnoxious uncle of the family, all full of myself and annoying.
Stop it, she'll hear you.
Let's keep the doors open so we can hear the music, shall we?
Are we still gonna go through this?
Absolutely.